Hello and welcome to my channel, Lux Lukem. I am Frank. I have always loved my Victorinox Swiss gem and all its tools. Among others, the pressurized ballpoint paint that allows to write in all positions, the toothpick, the tweezers, the mini screwdriver hidden in the corkscrew, and of course the pin. The problem is that the Swiss gem is big and heavy, so I took back an old Spartan standard that I barely use. It's an old version with plain scales, an Albertville Olympics 1992. I paid less than $2 in that time for that one because it was an exhibition model with a defect on the back scale. In my opinion, there were two reasons for replacing scales on a Victorinox. Either the scales are broken, so it needs new ones, or the knife can be upgraded by adding new tools. So I made purchases online. I bought a pair of white scales because I find it pretty. I choose the same type of scales that can be found on a Swiss gem. This will allows me to add red toothpick and tweezers, a mini screwdriver, a pressurized ballpoint pen, and a pin. You can easily find it online or in a brick-and-mortar store. I also bought a Keysmart nano clip. In the description, there are Amazon links for both US and UK. Those links are not affiliated. The nano keyring is something I use and I think this is really practical. So these are all the things I will add to this knife. To take off the scales, I use the can opener of my Swiss gem. It is thin enough to fit between the scale and the plate and strong enough to use as leverage. So I slide the tool into the gap at one end of the Spartan and I begin to leverage. We have to free the scale from 3 rivets point. I begin at one end and I slide the tool all along the handle using leverage until the scale is totally unclipped. Then same thing for the second and the third clip. Sometimes it goes quickly, so take care of yourself. Next, we do the same thing on the other scale, sliding the tool all along and levering to unclip the 3 rivets. Take care to remove any debris that may remain around the rivet. This could prevent us from fitting the new scales correctly. The new scales have the same 3 clip-on locations as the old ones. They also have the compartments for all the new accessories we will fit in. Before anything else, I will take advantage of the fact that the scales are removed to clean the knife thoroughly. I use a toothbrush to take off dust and debris. Then, for the plates and tools, I use 000 steel wool with a few drops of gun oil. When everything is clean, I use a clean rag to take off anything that has come loose. And here is a clean knife ready to receive new scales. To reassemble the new scales to the knife, it's very simple, but it requires a bit of strength. I start by presenting the scale on the plate by aligning the 3 holes with the 3 rivets. Then press one hole on one rivet. I press hard and continue with the second, then the third clip. It's okay if you can't get them to fit together perfectly just yet. We move on to the second scale and follow the same steps, nesting by nesting. As you can see, there are still gaps between scales and plates. That's why I will use a vise. If you don't have a vise, you can use groove joint pliers and a wag to protect the new scales. To begin with, we open the corkscrew, which would otherwise bother us. I place a wag on the jaws of the vise to protect the scales. Then press, but not too hard. Personally, I press each end to make sure it is clipped. Here it is, your knife is almost ready. All that remains is to install the new accessories. I begin with the tweezers, I continue with the toothpick. I really love how the red contrasts with the white scales. Then the pressurized ballpoint pen, then I continue with the mini screwdriver, and finally the pin. To finish, I install the nano clip on the wing. This stuff is truly awesome to keep your knife from falling to the bottom of your pocket or bag. It's time now to lubricate your upgraded or repaired Swiss Army knife. It will work better and this will protect it from rusting. I will have to look the defective scale. I feel like there is something inside, but I can't figure out what it is. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Please like, share, comment. It really helps out the channel to grow. Thanks for watching. I am still Frank, and you're still watching Lux Lux Lucem. Take care and see you soon.